Hello, welcome to the EPI application LDS approval workflow training. My name is David Brizzi. In this training module, we will be reviewing the following topics: EPI application access prerequisites, basic information about EPI, closing an LDS DUA, and EPI help desk information. EPI is accessible through the CMS portal homepage. Please make sure you are using your EIDM credentials to log into the CMS portal to access EPI. The registration and role request processes are covered in a subsequent training module. Please note that all required fields in EPI are indicated with an asterisk. Also, select any question mark icon throughout the system to display field-specific help. For more information about data use agreements, use the Training Slide Decks link on the EPI homepage. This link will redirect you to the EPI information page on cms.gov. To close a DUA, select Close from under DUAs in the left navigation menu. The closed DUA table will show DUAs in either expired or approved status. Please note that if you are an existing requester, any contractor type DUAs on which you are the requester will also display in the list. For the purposes of this training, we will select a DUA in expired status. Select the View link from the table. On the My DUA page, select the Close button from the bottom left corner of the screen. Select the Edit link for the data file you wish to close. In this example, we will start by closing the first file in the list. Please note that if you have a DUA in expired status, you will be required to close all the data files. From the Select Data Disposition Reason pop-up, the following disposition reasons are displayed. The file has been destroyed, including copies, derivatives, subsets, and manipulated files. The files or copies, derivatives, subsets, and/or manipulated files have been approved by CMS for reuse. Choosing this option will require you to enter DUA numbers in which the data file is being reused. I did not receive physical data and only access data through CMS systems. The file was not received for this DUA. Select the radio button for the correct data disposition reason, and then select Submit in the lower left corner of the pop-up. In this example, we are going to select the file has been destroyed, including copies, derivatives, subsets, and manipulated files. To close the file, keep in mind that your DUA requester role will not allow you to reopen the file should you close it by mistake, but you can submit a request to have it reopened by the EPI administrators. Select No in the lower right corner if you need to change the reason or if you decide not to close the file. For this example, we are selecting Yes in the lower right corner of the pop-up. Use the Apply All link to apply the same disposition statement to any other data files in the table, or select the Edit link to apply a different disposition statement. Verify that the appropriate files have a closed status. Enter any optional comments in the comments field. Select Cancel in the lower left corner of the screen if you need to cancel your close. The warning pop-up displays a message that says, "This will exit the current DUA close process. Any unsaved data will be lost. Do you wish to continue?" Select OK in the lower right corner of the pop-up to cancel your close and return to the closed DUA screen, or use the X in the upper right corner of the pop-up to close the pop-up and continue with your close. For the purposes of this training, we will select the X and then the next button in the lower right corner of the screen. You can upload a data disposition certification, however, it is not required. If you do upload any files, please provide a description. Select the next button in the lower right corner of the screen. Review the terms and conditions before selecting the checkbox in the lower left corner of the screen, therefore indicating your agreement. Select the Submit button from the lower right corner of the screen. You are taken to the DUA request status page. The submission confirmation message displays your request to close, with the DUA number included, has been completed. You can print the DUA or save a copy of it from the screen. Your DUA status is now closed. The DUA cannot be reopened by the DUA requester. However, you can submit a request to have the EPI administrators reopen it. You should be able to view this DUA from the closed queue. If you have any questions, please contact the EPI Help Desk at 844-EPI-DUA or 844-377-3382 or via email at epi@cms.hhs.gov. They are available Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This concludes